Alright guys, I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for clicking on this video. You totally didn't have to, and you're taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I think it's freaking awesome. So thank you for that. The amount of support I got on the last video is just totally... my mind's blown. I think it's awesome. So thank you for all of you that have tuned in and watched the last video. And I just also wanted to say, if you have any feedback, any things you want to see next time, feel free to leave a comment. Don't feel pressured to, but it means the world to me if you do. Even if you don't, it means the world to me. Just you even watching this video is amazing, so thank you. And I hope you enjoy this video of me making burgers. Okay guys, bag is secured. I got some sriracha. Ignore the mess in the background, I'm cleaning. I got some bread for the burgers. I got some garlic salt, onion powder, paprika, ground beef, and then cheese. I'll be putting all this into my pan and cooking it up. This will make about 2 burgers. I'll eat one now, then another later. And yeah, I'm gonna set this up and I'll just talk as I go. Okay, so I guess I'll start by talking about some updates. So tomorrow, I need to find a knife, hang on. Tomorrow, I have a flight school appointment. It'll be my second one. A little nervous. Reason being is because I am going to be tested on a pre-flight inspection. If I pass it, I get to fly tomorrow. If I don't, it'll just be delayed probably till the next appointment. I shouldn't hold so much pressure to myself because, you know, it's a long-term kind of deal. It's going to take time. But I really, really, really want to be able to fly tomorrow. I'm just nervous I won't be able to get to. Again, it's fine if I don't, but I really want to. I just hold a high standard for myself on stuff like that. But I was practicing it with my buddy the other night, and I actually did pretty good. There's only a few things that I did not get, but I think I may get them tomorrow. Stuff like the avionics switch, that was one thing. Finding that. The vacuum light, low vacuum light. And then another one was... I can't even remember. Anyway, that's tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So the pressure's on. I really want to fly tomorrow because it's gonna be nice too. But yeah, flight school's going on. Been back to work after a little vacation for a couple weeks now, 2 weeks. So that's cool. Work's been not too bad. Just getting better and better at doing it. It's a long-term thing. Today, I was looking into investing with my old retirement that I built up when I was working at the YMCA. So that's cool. I was looking into stuff like putting it into an index fund. That way I can kind of like set and forget kind of deal. I've been wanting to get back into investing into stocks. I just have not been focusing on that. So that's one thing I'm working on. Oh gosh, this is hardened. Oh no, this might be bad. Just starting with small things that I could do. That way I set myself up for, I guess, a better future, or retirement in this case. Just working on them. I need to also, I didn't get to do it today, work on some other things. The other day I was singing with my buddy, helping him fill this part in for a song he's making for another friend. I was pretty humbled, to say the least. I guess, well, no, I guess I've always been kind of humble about my abilities to sing. I don't know how good I am, because I can't tell. So there's that. But I actually got to try to be involved in a song instead of just singing in my car, and it was hard. Primarily because I guess I sing a lot in falsetto, which isn't wrong or anything like that, because like a lot of artists sing in that. But that's just kind of been my comfort zone, and I have never challenged myself past that. So I'm pretty decent at that. But singing in my actual full voice, I guess is what Google calls it, because I've been Googling some things, I don't really have too much experience in doing. My buddy's convinced I have the voice to be able to sing fairly well, and he doesn't, because he had an incident where he thrashed his voice, but he's convinced that I can sing pretty well. If I learned, I have the voice to do it. But I don't know, I was pretty discouraged after that. It was really hard to sing some things. And, you know, most people will be like, oh, this was your first time, you know, you can't have such a high standard, you know, you just gotta keep at it, so on and so forth. But I still can't help but feel like, I don't know, I guess bummy about it. Hang on, I'm gonna clean my hands. So, I'm considering maybe like finding somebody on YouTube that teaches people how to sing and taking some pointers from that and learning slowly. I've also for a long time been considering taking classes, but now that I've gotten into school, it's kind of hard, especially because I'm paying out of pocket. And although it would be really nice to get some singing lessons, I think school kind of takes precedence over that, because it's setting myself up for a better future, making more money, changing my life. So yeah, maybe I'll just, in my spare time, watch some YouTube videos and do that. I've also been thinking about, open up this window so I can get moisture out of the camper. I've also been thinking about picking up guitar again. I used to play in high school and I was okay at it. I could play like Jack Johnson, Banana Pancakes, the main like chorus. That's me as I'm playing it. But yeah, I'm thinking about picking that up, mostly for the like therapeutic aspect. I don't know, I haven't been really doing too many hobby-ish type stuff. Doing van life kind of, if you don't do it efficiently, it takes up a lot of your time. It almost feels like from the moment I wake up to the end, I'm always doing things, which is kind of nice because I think I'm kind of a busybody, but it just takes up a lot of your time. So just sharing the thought of like spending more time with myself and doing more things for myself that are like relaxing and still give you that sense of getting something done, that sense of accomplishment, but not so much like work kind of thing, because work just takes up so much time, and we all have to do it, and some people, I guess me included, we aren't as fortunate to be able to do something that we really, really love, at least not yet. Some people don't ever get to do it. But anyway, when you work, it's not always the thing that you want to do, and it takes so much out of you and drains you. So think about taking up guitar. Just like get myself in a space where I can like just relax and be a little bit more creative and have fun. Yeah, so I've just been working on studying, trying to be better than what I once was. Always had this dream of doing, since I was really young, doing something like really great. It's funny because a lot of videos have been popping up in my feeds on social media, and a lot of them have been aviation related things. People in gliders, small little Cessnas and stuff like that. And just been thinking about like, oh man, if I got there, like, oh man, when I get there, just like that'll be a reality for me when I can get in a plane on like a sunny day after work or something, just want to go fly and rip it around like it's a car. Just thinking about that is just so fucking cool. Yeah. A dream is a dream up until it becomes reality. Life's so weird. Life's so freaking weird. I guess I say that mostly because a lot of my life I've been focusing, I guess, on what most people would consider as nothing. But in those years, which are arguably my formative years, I think I spent a lot on just emotional development. And I still struggle sometimes, honestly. I won't lie. I still struggle with figuring things out. And it helps to have a support circle, especially the one that I have. But I spent a lot of my younger formative years just emotionally developing myself. And I guess, I don't know if I wish, but I could have spent them. Let me put a lid on this. This is really loud and smoky. Hang on, guys. So that's one thing about living in a camper. A lot of smoke. Anyway, I spent a lot of my younger formative years just not doing retirement. Well, I guess I did, but I didn't even know that I needed to, or it wasn't even like an intentional thing. I just said yes, like, oh, this will maybe serve me later. And I guess it may, because now I'm doing something with it. But it's not a large sum of money. Anyway, I spent a lot of those years not doing the things to set me up for later in life, and I'm doing them now. And you know, maybe you could say by design, that's just how it needed to work out for me, and where I'm going to be. Because who knows where I would be if I didn't do things the way that I did. But yeah, I could have been in a totally different spot. So I don't hold too much weight to the what ifs and like the regret of not doing things. But they're still realistic. I'll turn that down. But now I'm starting to do those things and start to look a little bit more ahead in my life and thinking about where I want to be and how I'd like to live, and thinking about where I would be if I don't do some things now to set myself up. And I don't know, maybe if I'm still making videos by that point, you guys will get an update on how well I actually did or how much this shit actually matters. But you know, I'm going to try at least, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes. As for the burgers, I'm going to flip them. They're getting cooked. Oh no. Messy, messy, messy. Let's turn the heat back up a little bit. So did paprika, garlic salt, and onion powder. When I take the burgers off, I think I'll get a separate plate for that one. Put that onto this plate, let it cool off, or maybe I'll leave it on there. Who knows? Yeah, maybe I'll leave it on there. So put one burger onto this bun sandwich I got, and then I'm gonna do some sriracha. Fun little fact, I actually used to not like cheese. I used to be a picky little motherfucker. I guess I still am a little bit picky, but me now versus me in the past, I'm more willing to try things than I was back then. Because I just go, nope, I don't like it, and I know it. Versus now, I actually do try things. So, yeah, a little fun fact. Yeah. A little bit of other things that are going on. I've been doing a lot of looking inward and just trying to find things I can improve on, but also definitely been going through it in terms of like I don't know. I guess where I want to be. Yeah. I just feel like I'm on my own path right now. Felt like that for a long time. Maybe since I was a kid. I've always been like a why kind of person. Somebody would tell me to do something, I'd be like, why? And then they would tell me why, and then I would ask why, you know? I've always been somebody that seeks understanding. I don't know why. Actually, I do. I always figured it was better to know the reason of doing something before you do it instead of not. That way, or whatever I've summed it up to, it feels like I'll then have a baseline to go off of, and then I can improve the next time I am faced with a similar situation. So yeah, really just trying to keep myself in the mindset of just always trying to improve and see better. Like I said, we'll see where it gets us. Be right back. I'm gonna grab some paper towels. This week's kind of a cool week. Not only do I have flight school, my old job that I worked at, we used to do these like end of session celebrations for the kids. I worked with kids at schools. We used to do these end of session celebrations for kids. We would just get with our budget ice cream, sodas, typically orange, and then root beer, and we'd give them soda floats, ice cream floats, and it was just our way of. I've asked myself this question of why. Like, why do we do this? And I think for me, my why was it was nice to provide kids a place inside the place that they do so much schoolwork to just relax and just be themselves and enjoy the time that they have, especially because they're kids. Because when I look back to all the memories that I have as a kid, I think of like my times in YMCA day camp and going to all these different parks and these big ass hikes and how cool it was to be around plants and all that stuff. So, I mean, really, they're the ultimate deciders of how much those memories mean to them. But hopefully, they mean a lot. Enough for them to think back to them and appreciate them. However they want to appreciate them. So I think everybody deserves some good memories. That's what I believe. Never know what somebody's going through till they tell you, I guess, or something happens. God forbid that does, but you never know what somebody's going through. I mean, shit, most people don't know that I live out of a camper. Which I don't care. I don't care what people think about it, but most people don't know. So there's that. I'm just gonna sanitize this knife. One thing I always try to do is just, even though it's really fucking hard, is just lead with kindness, you know? Sometimes myself, I struggle with, like, why should I do this for this person, you know? So why should I give them any kindness? Why? And I think one thought that redirects me into justifying the reason of being nice to people as like something I should do is that it makes me feel good, which kind of takes from it being like a selfless and altruistic act. But, you know, matter of the fact is that if you're a better person and you do what makes you happy, then you can be better for people around you. So I guess speaking about that right now kind of helps me a little bit, so I can set myself onto a more positive tone. But that's what I believe. It's not easy though. I don't know if they call it an empath or whatever, but you know, if somebody feels bad, I feel bad, and then I feel responsible to try and make that person feel better, even though it's not my responsibility to do that. But I definitely take it within my own power as much as I can to try and make that person feel better. And a hard reality with that comes in trying to accept that I am not always in control of like how people can feel. So you just do what you can, and they do with it what they will. Something I definitely need to practice more in, especially as I talk about it now. Anyway, I'll shut the hell up and show you these burgers. So they're not done. Not done. Almost. Let's see. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. And I realize this video is really freaking long, so sorry guys. I'll probably end up cutting this. Oh shit, I forgot. I also have some greens. Can't forget your greens, guys. We got this. Maybe I'll just keep this video. Maybe I won't edit it down. Who knows? I'm just kind of trying stuff. Spicy. I love my greens. Is it good? I just eat so much spinach and broccoli. It never made me feel different physically, but I always feel like they were going to make me be different if I ate them. And I felt guilty if I never did. I don't know if that was school or what, but somehow I got that in my head. Okay, let's see what this is at. Ah! Oh! You know, extending the thought from earlier, if there's anything I would take from how I live my life now and then tell my younger self something, I would tell my younger self, and hopefully it would help him live life differently. Maybe not, who knows. But if he asked me, man, that's hard. If he asked me, what's one thing? Man, I'll just do the one I can think of right now. What's one piece of advice you would give me? This is me now to my younger self. I would tell him to keep following your dreams. Yeah, I would say that. Keep following your dreams. I remember at one moment thinking about doing this camper thing. And wasn't sure I was gonna do it. Didn't know how to build anything, didn't know how to maintain a car, nothing. I had a motorcycle, I could do the oil on it, I could do some nuts and bolts and things. That was my knowledge, that was it. Could barely do oil change and transmission fluid change. I fucking learned. YouTube. YouTube can teach you anything. Alright, we're gonna do a taste test. Let's go. I didn't get meat yet.
No meat bite yet. I would say it's just done. Yeah, just done. Sometimes I like my burgers a little pink. Sometimes I don't. I wasn't sure how done these were gonna get. These were fat pieces of meat, so. Maybe next time I'll do like two pieces, and then just stack them. Well, it was pretty good. I'd say pretty close to like getting a burger at the Habit. Right on. Well, anyway. Yeah. This is me in my camper. Made a burger. And it's not too bad. It was actually my first time really cooking a meal in a while. Like, and then immediately eating it. It feels kind of monumental in a way. I've had this thing since November. And I haven't really... I've been cooking meals for work. But I haven't really cooked a meal to this extent. Like cooking on the burner. And then ate the meal right after. In my van, I used to do that all the time. My last camper. I've been so stuck in like not wanting to do it or something, but I'll buy like things mostly made that don't require much preparation, or just buying fast food, which isn't the best. So this is fucking cool. I did this. Yes, I eat all my food. Anyway, guys, you just watched me cook a burger. Just talk your ear off for about almost half an hour, I think. I'm sorry, or you're welcome. Who knows? If you're watching this video for this long, you probably didn't have anything else to do. So thank you, honestly, for watching this, and I plan to make some more videos. Peace.